94.7 Asempa FM Sony Ekosiisen dwumedie no wasugu so a utie no medin your say bonso make us say honorable Kojo Edu Asare ewa former member of parliament for the Adentan constituency, former CEO for the Youth Enterprise Support, and former presidential staffer as well. Sounds so and Kojo Boateng Ajiman, a former constituency chairman Edema New Joabin North, and a regional chairman aspirant for the NPP as well in the Eastern region.
No, so tell me you.
In fact, or a former member of the Agric and Cocoa Affairs Committee in Parliament. And I'm Fanka. And also, Papa. Also, a former staff, a fellow crossing. Labadi Beach, group name near them. Golden Beach Hotels,
Labadi Beach in Camp. Long Row Investment.
Long Row Investment, okay.
And Hotel Investments Ghana Limited.
Okay.
That's the local partner for Long Row.
Okay.
But you see, I think Snake has bought 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
a management company.
A management company, yeah.
Okay.
I think from South Africa.
So they own Labadi Beach and La Palm Royal.
Yes.
SNIT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And all the Golden
Beach Hotels.
Beach Hotels, yeah.
And also SNIT.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Inti Buzua, Elmina.
SNIT.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. And that's it. But honorable, quickly, let's deal with Adwoa Safo.
Okay.
The Ekosiisen net was saying.
For me, I find this whole thing a disdain, her attitude towards this whole parliament, a disdain to and I say affront to the Ghanaian taxpayer. Say, Yafa, member of parliament. Na Yato Swaba, na we win, Yaswe in. That's for some reason. Say a genuine reason. That's a who to kwaya. When him says I would the permission from the speaker, you did not take that permission. What could do? What could encounter problem? Bia. When him say Ebema was stretching beyond the permitted number of days. At least you should have tried to correct. So we know 1 year. Yahweh when Nima Broso wako more than 40 days near you. And Assembly Acco Privileges Committee. And there is a reason, say, and I say, as I said, no Kasa. And now because of where you are.
Yeah.
Now also a new year Odiaba. Because like you the lawyers and the law students, the laws of natural justice require say you listen to the other side. Until before you pass judgment, that's a from what they are saying, Yamano, that opportunity through Zoom and other whatever, she has not availed herself to take advantage of it. Let alone Abia. Ni amo pese mu bisa me no. Mintimi nyamo. Intimo pa mo send the transcript.
Yeah.
And na me respond and I say bibi. Nothing of the sort. Then one time or the other, we will see you on social media. Just driving around, singing in a car, sitting in a private jet, and all manner of things. And
the last pictures about or jets.
You see,
it looked like
it may not be real. It be dada.
Old picture.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But for it to surface
at this
time, it goes to muddy your case. I wonder what else should be done for such a person. And to me, I want to understand the committees, the minorities on the committee, view on this matter. I really would like to read and get to understand why they have taken
the position
they've taken. It doesn't make, trust me, to be very mild and candid, it doesn't make sense to me. What I say, whichever way you turn it, it does not make sense. All right, because if we value the taxpayer, anyhow much the regular civil servant, the police, the military, whatever, almost salary vis-a-vis what is paid to a member of parliament who is working here. You see, kana ono ade bi top petrol, or de bi tua driver car, no de bi call the constituency, any de kika ka ho no. She is earning that money into her account without doing FOCO for the state. It does not make sense to me. It doesn't. And, you know, like I said, I want to get to understand
minority for the
position, why they are, you know, going to put out a friend say another
report.
What I don't, the way a reporter no put in out no, it doesn't sit well with me, because when a report is made from a committee, you lay the report, and then it is voted on, debated and voted on. I just wanted to, because definitely debate and it is voted on, and we all know the voting processes are available on such matters. If it is a majority decision, that even makes it more controversial, because a one-sided decision. So you are sure, say, it could do plenary if that there's going to be split decision. You know, they would have to apply the rules in that case. But what you must say, it is not the case. Say majority can, you know, say with it's like a done deal. It is not until the speaker has pronounced it as such. You know, as much as the privileges committee chairman, it's always a deputy speaker. Okay, that's not or yet deputy speaker or your chairman of the committee, even though in his capacity, not in his capacity as a speaker,
but as a member of parliament.
Yes, but that position is always reserved for a deputy speaker. So, especially the privileges committee. You know, it doesn't, because he's a speaker, it doesn't mean say one man, I don't say majority nama on view a report that carries a certain view. No, then it means say automatically it could do plenary. Not to say it is carried or approved as such. It doesn't work like that. It's here there. The process of votes, either say as many as are in favor, say aye. No, now speaker say enqua ebeko. There are other processes. Not say still are minority no per se challenge report now. Challenge, and it will have to go through those motions abreast to it. It is not that easy. As much as the numbers are, your friend is saying,
close, no.
The speaker eyes, no, he bet me free baby. I know more than the no. What I say, the other side almost so I need and they kick. So it all depends on that. But so be challenging the speaker now. Then
you call for the division.
Exactly. So all those other processes will apply. It's not even though, but me did say between Nene or China, they will have to deal with it, because
or more rising.
Exactly. So definitely either this evening or tomorrow, it will come up. What's it?
So in the found time, I saw rising.
I said, "Oh my, Juma go almost so never."
Yeah.
What I say?
And even when they rise, say they can be called back. Emergency situations.
And I'm just say,
maybe question keke.
So, mobile and
Me say na nya na say na mobile.
now say sana calendar.
yes,
Me challenge calendar.
Sana calendar. Say where you
no, but you think on Adwoa Safo there, it's been long overdue.
Honestly, I can't stand is impunity. What I say, and disdain to authority. It's otherwise there's no well.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah. Say BB etimi you understand? Don't urinate here. No parking. Obi anjina ho, but it is sitting there and it is and free through ambisio. Obi authority
the system not
creative and we must respect it. You understand? The moment we all start breaking little laws, rules, directives, and Sademano, we don't have a system. Intermediate, I don't get it in any way you turn it around. Because I think she's been allotted a lot of time. Say, or per se. You see, and the worst part of it is that you have a family that is revered in this country to a large extent. Your father is very well revered, respected in so many different ways. Don't you think for once to say, ni awuye, o say o papa, ni legacy kakra or every time I bobo papa dino, you do din better. Oh, when your papa na ne ban MP, yes. You understand? She's just being unnecessarily selfish.
Chairman
Obi.
Adwoa Safo matters arising.
I'm take Accra. And you see, me, I feel so bad. In fact, there's somebody buying Obi. Say, me be man, say me can be pa. Now, one of your emotions can carry you to a certain level, and so say, the all can obeka. Inti ye be try say be continue kakra. Na anamo parliament etu no. Ye nyina de pepa asomu. Ne akase ampa. Baby anakwadwo ende no. Ehu hia me pa say. At least the president of the republic ra no. Ye de mrabi etnetene no. Oti ase ono kra bia ye di tumi ahye ne nsa. Se onhwe constitution ne so. No make sure say anamo bia ye betu no. Ondi echire as a supervisor no hwe ono so kra mra bi echechire no and this idea say no be fa ye nyina nkoa so what you say idea making ekobe nipa be miensa abrabom ono ankasa adwoa no in person with ono ne family ni kun ene ne ma na aba abusia kwadwo boy ne papa na aba kwa dome kwa benya sabi the largest populated constituency in Ghana. Na ba womu na ba political party somehow womu nya gidie wo mu sponsor wo e brande wo e man na wabedu baabi a wabedu ofasa ne man na nyina bo ma na wabisa wo say ehfa na woko and what are you doing to yourself after all Obi unye independent candidate waka say me de mepe na maka say yenyi political party mfrim eno kra me ensa aka no hu hia pa wabusua ne domefo a we independent obdo already show mu nyina no omso hu hia entinu na oman nankasa the fifth one oman nankasa enso de tumi bi ahye wonsa as a minister and one of the important ministries in this country gender Obi and now ye ka se wiase aye dem pa ye bibie twasi trese kridi na ye se ye nya sika wo wiase bi obi asa o ma ye hwe a one ministry obi individuals any oman bi any society bi any non-governmental organization bi philanthropists bi betumi di omani ahu pa abo oman na sa ministry no All these things here, they are showing one person. Obi, no matter how your difficulty is. Now, media how many say so fast animal wing in a boomer. Nay, ye be sour someone. No one can show mine say, listen, say as and pow, say a moon say who know, say a deal, mean unimal. And as my yaking, I raised some so too quiet over 6 months in you.
Oh, yeah, almost 1 year.
Obi. So you have 15 days, turn up to 1 solid year. Ah, yeah, who says Sabi? Obi, unaya cha. Now that hospital. Now you're there. Now to me, etu anamobi bibi to say no friends at TikTok.
94.7.
Na TikTok na no ada do kwa na say oko nyina na TikTok na kasaba. Yes sir.
One now the camera be see wa ho so na we twa wa de na obi atwa wo.
So and Sabi obi a society ebetumi ahwe that's future leaders. I just have a primary school be what Domi Ho baby. No friend Star of the East.
Oh, okay.
That was the only education university be a minimum. Many China baby. I say 40. I can't
42.
Okay. 42. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Really?
Early 40s.
So a nipa course our school. Because not a private school. Who say wabe a member of parliament. The way they are so proud of the lady. And Netata Muna Woyo and I'm
Third.
And one me two ubia and yes any small fish be so. And Abedina Kunya.
Professor Michael
Okwe. 2 or 3 time member of parliament. A speaker
Speaker of Parliament.
Parliament. And a wabejina kunya. And then kunya they TikTok. What you say? And me first say it was long overdue. Honestly. It was long overdue. And I applaud the head of state, the president of the republic, and his team to have that courage and patience and allow the process to go through at this time. Because some vacancy in the case, say you declare after 3 months, and then you declare seat. I just sign a parliament taker. After 90 days, if there's no any reasonable excuse,
So when you miss the 15 days now,
yes,
15 days near grounds,
a ground, okay,
without any reasonable explanation,
a
grounds for you to lose your seat.
And to me, the mama on 90 days. And ne domi kwa benya fo aye mobo omuni okama fo parliament aye omuti omo nka ho bi for almost a year
94.
Cause you cry no kan fuel say ye kan fuel ye kan dien na e bia o de osisi unkrofo now the common fan there they abeto o say be san fan ko development ne so e so na ebu fan krofo o hoi o ti ase
I so be 1 year near mother.
Oh, eba. Oh, hanko benya bi. Eba pa o hanko benya bi. So, into Obi. We no nyina eka part of development. And enye uye no nyina free mu a na ye ka parliament no so no. Ye ka parliament as a nation. A population of 30 million. We have only 275 representing us. Wo ka ho bi.
Huge
Number. Privilege. Obi anka ho. Yeto ye ni second chamber bi akra. And one more mugui 275. Managing the economy, the system, contribution for 30 million people. Yeah, betra minorities said the omu excuse bi omu. But because I'm going to be dikan. Na ki ye di omachi. Ye na ko ye this year. Arambwa. E di ganya na ye protect no. Majority is like protecting. Oh, yeah, print. Huh? Yeah, but not now. Because also quite by election. And then I just say, oh, dear. Your first speaker, dear example. And then I just say, maybe quite by election, you could lose. You will miss a strong seat. But now, don't make 4 book of food. No more catch as MPP for. enipa amode ne baaye no wa meboa yen nti ye the citizen of domifo no ye ma the political mabiwa na oboa yen anasa wo ye de and because the president in the bush and former yade dodo any MPP penifo the party also because we are loyal to the party.
And that's why you be free, say, while Parliament goes through a process or go through, no, or a member of the executive, so because or a minister,
yes,
the president should have fired her
Obi
as a minister.
Then go the night say, me say executive, you know, Hamisao, and Hamikesisa, and your mommy bossy that executive rules. I know obi a ketika.
Of course,
Parliament one a ketika mano.
Obi anyhow.
Side your way. And I my Ivory Coast for at a certain time. Almost lost. Say do baby now or a member of parliament. Nay appoint you as a minister. Now if you are appoint you be from constituency or no about be dear Kunyano parliament. Yeah, you were dear. Now call back to parliament. What you say? Senka ye will be sir. And at the end of the day, Kako Domiko Binya from Komu Yamobo. And can MPP party Yamobo. Kagana for a Yamobo. By any be. Into woody executive in the F1 chance sabi oko ye Mrs. Ladapa wa act yante boni bia ministry no obi meka hwe ye fa ne sa. But what about the parliament, the contribution in the parliament? Anya hwe wa ye deputy majority leader
yes, for 4 years.
And in the contribution in outstanding wo ho I mean ultimate fa ni agro ye ka front benches o ka ho bi. And this is a woman abafufro. I think I would throw. And to me, Momudia, it is as a speaker, deputy speaker, I can say. I didn't know who has cross office a debate. I am one way the other to show clearly indiscipline. ABA, yes, so our parliament. Because they have to prove, say, we are a member of parliament, that you are not above the law. Now, my mom would trim unim. Ebia otui or one he say they no muntimi pass on to say a debate a whole world dey try tie dey wiase beka because minority for be dey wo ho on be kekansem to onim say bia 1 week bi kura esan danenim meboa na ote ho na nitrim ya ne de na why star TikTok social media whatever it is now the TikTok you had any provide Zoom ma wa ntimi. I hear the same thing. So now I say you're the phone see when nobody actually me.
Oh yeah.
We say the phone see when anymore. No wakasa. Now so when you TikTok here, what is your problem? Say you are providing Zoom amount. Say let's hear you. Oh, they're not TikTok now that network and now American they are close to. Me them who are about could be another American star no always America bro phone.
Slangs no. The interview with Joy News no.
Oh, just to me, I need interview Granny Joy.
Oh, yes, a long time. I think about 2-3 months ago. 2 months, I think.
And then I prevent that's Umbu Parliament. Umbu that institution. And I wish the speaker entertain the Quran, some particular statement in the Quran, and the speaker cry entertaining all the better what do you come. So what me a granted interview
94.7
to a media house for whatever reason.
And also can I Zoom. Na Zoom interview.
Omu amino. Omu domefo. Ombu MPP party. And so some debate. I got minorities for so omu say Ghana ho kire. Omu for wan ho ade nko ye bibi foforo. The speaker providing amount enough from the privilege committee no the abeto say hu nya say be debate. The clerk must write to the electoral commission say the seat is vacant. It's gone.
Now you go by election.
Now you
Fred Agbenyo say me can say Obi. Chairman Kojo is crying for dummy people. What about the people of Sal? Are we also not Ghanaians? Sal for your friend is saying Guan for so almost need representation. Yeah. Lolobi
at the moment
Omo anya MP kwa so omo nto aba wo.
Na ye nto aba dia say nto aba. E dia question be bisa me. No enti ye dey nto aba. E dey mrado na achichiri wo. O ye fa obi nkosi ho. Oh. Obi. Kache bi nua Fred say me hu na che. Kache say we num ye fa meye politics wa ha wo. Na dia ato ye no e na ye ka ho asem. Constituencies na ye kan. E say opeso ka che me say constituencies 274 ye 275.
It's a sanka ye 276.
E sanka ye 276.
So airline cover as far as we know now. As far as we know. Or for some prof ye local or ye local
airline cover a letter from the electoral commission e dey ma
say Emomon to about in that election.
And yeah, airline cover
and the electoral commission
they were under Hohoi at the time. And I decided say mu twa Hohoi every month.
And even subsequently
and then the day before election a letter came from the electoral commission say
Emomon to about.
And the baby
because they are now under a new district in a new region.
And the baby am we dey ma question mu she ho a edu time wa
you can't talk like that.
You can't talk like that.
You can't talk like that. Anomaly. No, tell me. And yeah, an anomaly, and you must admit that anomaly.
Because you see, I'm not easy to say omo chema. Created district new.
Thank you.
And then they can create a constitution. The district has been created.
Yeah. So what is delaying the elections?
District chief.
So what is delaying the election?
That's the big question. And now the district is there.
Yeah, the district has been created.
They are not under development. Period.
They are not what?
They are not underdeveloped.
Yes.
That is the Omunya development. That's
what has that got to do with representation?
Representation.
Under who speaks on their behalf?
No.
And the honorable,
please,
don't
even.
The EC should tell us when.
Yes.
Say, Mommy
come for what?
No, it is wrong.
Wrong for who?
You don't have the facts.
No,
for which reason
what I'm saying
you are saying what you are saying. But if you really
you
should be telling the EC to find a date and get them the elections.
The EC should come out clear.
Obi.
If they have decided so 2024 election, they should tell them.
Yes. You don't hold them in suspense.
You hold them in abeyance
4 years for what?
Obi. My question is that you file a candidate and mayor 276. Yeah, as boundary as we know. 275. Let's have that discussion.
And what happens to them?
Masa, Oprah, you can use it as another debate. We are talking about
fact.
And
Yemra back to Adjua Safu.
Any Adjua Safu case, I don't know this for any confused.
About representation that the people of Dome don't have representation. That is where the correlation came in.
Chairman, Adjua Safu.
And this is confusion in Ebini. The fact that even representation, Adjua Safu is elected representative of Dome.
By what law?
No,
by what law? And yet that same law and the cover.
As I'm making.
And I Obiakato say himself for Omuni candidates. They have candidates who could also have stood for elections.
Asama ayeke. Ayo do anu waka wo de me enya no asem na me. We are no waka wo de.
Adjua
Safu asem na yeka. Why a member of parliament for the past 2 years. Meboa.
Yes.
And obi did the test aba. So what do we need representation? My thing is that when we elect obi I don't need ya me akotena baby. Asema ayeke is about the privilege committee's decisions that we take in yedi hunkomo. Obeso obey another debate say ohonomo a ono ti honomo na no dey be testing. He could have filed all these things, take it to court, so we need representation up to now. And I just of a case and na the Bible can say same way. It's two different things altogether.
Court bay.
What I say?
Yeah.
Let's focus for what has happened. Say indiscipline and a year can for members of parliament to know say you are not above the rules, the regulations, the laws in the land, and whatever. That is what we are discussing now. Because so that the future leaders must also understand. So, masa untimi nye de ope. That is why I'm saying, say, sa niyama ye kenya and ye be any politics. Ebina Fred Avenue kofa ba and NDC for to ye could debate again. Now, are you not ashamed of yourself? Them colleague in it to annoy. the attitude and yanum guase Emma Parliament and I know the Parliament there. I done a boxing ring. Na bibia no yanya ni hey na wiase nyina hu se and the Ghana Parliament there. Either it's a marketplace or it's a boxing ring or it's that you na one side. We can never come to a consensus by saying say Parliament do baby we represent Ghana. We represent the citizens of the states. What I say na ye nyina ye hu baby a obi ya na mo a ye dey say yenim ni yachi because ya to we say ene ye ne ye pass it no na ye koye
by election
abe another law say a law cry abe another rule and say another evidence something has happened in Parliament
a precedent
mo na mo ye law say Parliament ye law on its own only dey be president and abebo onu so ye bi dey member bi to kwan in dey declare the seat. I am wanting there by say BC, a be we a be ye say all those hands are na capture any dow. So otiasi. Intin woman tiasi. We and say you can't want some cry. Now man from
declare seat no vacant.
I say
I am called by election.
I check.
You call by election mo beti mawini.
Obi. Odi enu dey say do ha you be who game. Obi anu say eh dia.
Okay.
Na one candidate so pe.
Okay.
We are here Kenya. The NPP as a political party. If they had major room. And this NPP as a political party, if they had the balls, Ankasa same way ya kan wi da. Kaya kan wi da. Because all they had to do was to sack her from the party.
How do you do that?
How do you do that, say?
No, you sack her from the party based on what? What grounds?
Are they party no need rules?
Maybe one of the grounds for so we cry you are not dismissing her from the party outright.
Yes, for gross indiscipline. We've all heard. Say, emissaries, even when she was in Ghana, emissaries were sent to her house.
Yeah.
And I want. What else is left? To qualify under a gross misconduct. What else? And party ne pamona.
You automatically lose your seat.
Straight. One time. They only have to write to Parliament say she's been sacked.
Yeah.
And they don't want her to represent them henceforth. Parliament will initiate the process to have her removed.
James Kwabena Bonfe said, Obi, tell Kojo that if she was dismissed from the party, it wouldn't have amounted to losing her seat in Parliament.
Who said so?
James Kwabena Bonfe.
Oh, please. I'll go bisa. On what ticket is she?
What we are suggesting would only be so if she left the party.
It's not about she left the party. She's no longer a member of the party that brought her to Parliament. She loses her seat. On what basis would she then be the member of Parliament? On what basis? As an independent or what? As an independent candidate or what? It's automatic.
Okay,
you can, the easiest conduit.
It can be possible because some of the former members of Parliament are almost carpet. Why you see me or something?
Yeah. So on across the carpet, the seat was declared vacant because you came there on the ticket of a political party.
Exactly.
But I think Kabila point they said, who takes the decision? It is a party in a pamo, and as a war MP now we decided to say, movie.
Whichever way you cease to be a member of the party,
that is what
and
you
it is
know
the party
because the party who files you in the electoral commission.
It once they sack you, you have no locus.
Maybe the details need to be checked, like you said, but it's one of the
on the party's take it.
Exactly.
Whichever place.
And today, why a misconduct be not a party.
Party ne pamo.
I say, you be also doing can't say still I'm in MPP demo or parliament.
And as I'm independent.
You cannot be independent overnight.
They are resigned from the party.
Exactly, and
go and contest.
Okay.
You know, Kabila, Kabila, Canada. I think. Law no. No, yeah, law.
Oh no, but
no, I know.
We would have to check. Maybe if any of the constitutional lawyers 8 years, you can help us. And I say MPB 8 years, or no, so be to me abway. Now, but it's an interesting thing to explore. Say, party ne pamoa. Do you lose your seat? And as you only lose your seat when you decide, say, I am leaving the party. That's Kabila's
Obi, I don't think now, baby, I can say loyalty is also a key. So, because if you are not loyal to the party, no party knows you disloyal. Assuming, say, why undermine the party ni BB or parliament to bring dispute to the party, and the party can sack you.
Exactly.
If when they sack you,
Obi also say, Obi, tell Honorable Edwasari that he is legally and constitutionally wrong. It is only when an MP crosses carpet. When an MP crosses carpet, now automatically you're losing the seat. I don't know if the laws are silent on when a party sacks you.
Listen, yeah, 3-line whip.
Yes.
Now defire.
Yes.
Your party can sack you.
And
you lose your seat. And how many?
That is my understanding.
Yeah, so honestly, there's some of the lawyers, no, maybe almost so.
Say party natural to the electoral commission to say number 5 because when him say, call primaries way within the party, it doesn't hold anything on you until.
Parliamentary leadership members never come from any side. Na you must at least one more watch.
Na say party no enko file in any on your behalf. Oh, you are not a candidate as a state that everybody recognize a party being our represent.
Yes.
So until now no maybe you said that your law and cover my NTS. But the point is that in all the representation
no, I think parliament the creative confusion council say the precedent we've had where members lose or must seat, no, a precedent you would find say member be a stretch camp. That has been the only precedent.
Kofi Asante say
no, say even said you're not okay. Why you saying it? Stretch and automatically lost his seat. Yenya precedent be because our parties have not been really bold to sack
but Obi Kebenka crowd and Kebenka crowd they think of it.
Oh no, but different from the party pamon. We've not gotten that precedent.
We are looking the two.
Yeah.
Say Mijina party we and then say across by your will. I know you're individual. Yeah. So now the party no so I will represent woman. I nunti no cross ko baby I we yaji individual right na free some. Think about it. You just say individual right. Yeah. I didn't think a party no cycle. You still believe say right that's it out. Do you understand my? Because maybe MPP na me
Obiama in precedent. You say Honorable Moses Mabenga of the NDC.
Yes.
And the person says when the NDC sacked him, Parliament refused to sack him.
Right. And no, a Parliament discretion. It didn't mean say like they couldn't have. And no, maybe the colleagues and I try say block it, sir, a friend sent from the party. Because you know people can maneuver stuff on the floor of Parliament. It be cry motion ya de be ye no cry no. E be bu eni egu so ama time na so na ye de aye. Remember the Rebecca Adote a case. Even when the court had declared say she's supposed to vacate, the case was not brought up on the floor until the tenure of that parliament. So if they really want to play games with it, they can play it. What you say? But the motion, if someone raises that motion or parliament, now it will apply. Because party no
There are a lot of messages coming on this one, and we say, good evening, Obi. Please, what Honorable Edua Sare is saying is unconstitutional. Article 97G of the 1992 Constitution reads, a member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party or seeks to remain in parliament as an independent candidate, as an independent member. I agree with this because this provision is clear. And America say the laws are silent on, because if he leaves the party, do we then stretch this to mean, say, if his party also sacks him? Well, that is silent. You understand? In the meaning, if we can draw that inference, say, okay, then if your party also sacks you,
whose party are Pamo? Yes. On whose side are you going to vote?
No, I agree with that. But if you want to go strictly by the letter of the law, as I've read, let me say, if he leaves the party, if he leaves, no, does it qualify for if the party also sacks him?
Acquire individual.
If he leaves, no.
International said the laws on the lands, no, to abano emma party, to abama individual
on the ticket of a party.
No, but the saying it's wrong.
But America said then maybe. Adjua for the if the party said if the party should go ahead to sack you, then it creates a lacuna. And what's a Supreme Court it declare on because the law they say if he leaves the party, and what if the party sacks the person? A lacuna.
Yes.
So maybe we test that law.
But clear. I think.
But I just had that the principle say once you don't belong to the party on whose ticket you came to parliament, then you can no longer be.
You can't vote on any program.
But that is the practice. But looking at the law, okay, there are other jurisdictions. They vote for the party. They don't vote for the individuals. Okay.
Yes.
It's when the party decided say Sakiwa.
India, for example.
What do I say?
India, your party can sack you any day. If you go against the Yama 3-line way, now you are the party will sack you.
Because
laws never quite say sakiwa automatically you are out of parliament.
Exactly.
But you had 97 in your clear, sir.
And I mean,
when the party sacks you,
97 is speak clearly for individual.
Yeah, individual. And when you
decided. And then I say, into a band make a choice. Into a bano Emma political party. It is just a political party that you are form association. But you to a bano individual. This is where we also have to look at the law. Because the who be here pass obi.
One law crime when it goes to if it is a case that is it comes up in parliament.
Yeah.
Now, DBT, I'm sure they can find grounds to
so that you can print your own idea.
You can find ground, but
you have
when
to look at the
constitutional
law,
with the constitution.
Yes, you have to look at the constitution.
In interpretation, you will be a friend of expressio unius rule. The express mention of a thing, automatically excludes others not mentioned. And if the constitution is clear, so that constitution is a case party pamua and can also be stated. But once I stated say if he leaves, anybody will be right to say a nipan ne was a free party him and son what to me activate his
constitution.
I agree. But
it needs some specific and clear language.
To be in parliament, it doesn't make sense because our parliament, I don't know who's taking it.
Exactly.
It really doesn't make sense.
Exactly. No, because really what you are saying is right. To me, I'm 100% with you. But because constitution now and every year issue a year ko baby this debate abeto sisia. Yeah. Say kapa and one working. In the nipa good parliament in they are there as individuals.
Yes.
They are not there as the political party. They invest all the time. Into do baby this indisciplined actions, and a money bassa.
Yeah.
So the
because party ne crowd bufu, na party ne pamoa. Sisi Mabenga the precedents abetu. In the another speaker can refer to Mabenga and he said party na pamoa cross tell atna. And the speaker will be right.
And no kono do parliament. The opebia obetumi aye.
A good way for somebody to test, maybe go to the Supreme Court.
Kabila,
It's part of it that we have to look at the
Kabila, over to you.
Constitutional review. Constitutional review. No, be when we can who be. I was say your language in here clear.
Yeah. But when him say, Kabila comes with some more details. Or say, Obi, the law was framed to bar MPs from careless crossing carpets or leaving their parties. Not when the party sacks the fellow. And that's why I say there is a lacuna. When the MP is elected, he or she represents the constituency and not the party.
Okay.
The rationale was to depart from what happened in the early parliament, where there was reckless crossing of carpet in parliament. Or say, Obi, it is not a lacuna. Read the Article 97. There is no ambiguity in this matter. Our ignorance of the law does not mean silence of the Constitution. But I still insist, Kabila, say when you read the letter of 97 as we've read, 97 is clear, say, when he leaves the party, it is clear when he leaves the party. But there can be an instance that the party can sack him.
Yes.
When that happens, a day in the basis.
Exactly.
And I think that is the
The
bone of
lacuna
contention.
you are making reference to. And like I said, Parliament, like we were saying.
Unless Kabila says, party be any power to sack any member from the parties. Any party called MP. Party be any member from the
Not
possible.
Yeah, that which vote crowd was it?
Asempa
The last one I
FM
did
94.7.
was it 11?
No. Say Speaker of Parliament bet me a vote here now.
Exactly.
Deputy Speaker bet me a vote here now.
Yes. When we were having issues about numbers, and they kick out.
On what constitute a quorum?
Why did people assume say General Mosquito's presence played a role? Why did people express people's the majority side feel say, as I say, pam General Mosquito, because they thought say
or the power of the party
a bar fear a house or, and that is so true. And before then they had meetings, and Ayama express instruction. So this is the party's decision. Hana Yeko as a party, whoever is or whoever breaks that rule,
what to party mra?
What to party mra, and you will be sacked.
I hear say Honorable Kweku Rekete or a ranking member on the Privileges Committee.
Okay, great.
Honorable Akwaba na poem to then.
Obi boko nyamiado mu wacha.
Onye about studio archer. Yana bra. Ended up when they actually win him by into.
Unfortunately, sitting and then again on the Privileges Committee issue.
I get it.
Apologies.
No problem. Now, but end of the year, on your bond, quick ones too. A ranking member on the committee, or you know, there will prepare the one so will be lay one reporter like the minority reporter.
All the committee I will take Rabin and then bring. On your BBI and the president that report. Yearly report and our chairman yearly report no. But we have serious reservations on the report. So we will speak to those issues when the debate starts on it.
Oh, okay. Which is very normal to have reservations. Not very normal, but at least on your committee's report.
Well, with serious reservation
from the minority.
So it will only become the committee's report when we second it.
Okay. Now, Mpocho, into debate on that report, obetum what happened in the north ya. Very well.
This is the assurance I have received from my leadership and right honorable speaker. Because also the Obayan Sana, right. Right. See, somehow we need to fix it sometime tomorrow to do it. You see, God willing, it will happen.
Okay. Now, Pocho, Eka, one reservations now. Is it what we heard? The majority feel there. Charlie seat no they declared vacant. And I want so what's it dabia or ya dema?
Yeah, interest is not in whether Honorable Adjustable stays in Parliament or leaves Parliament. We want to be seen to have done fair and firm job. There was a case in my hand. Some of the stuff I read on the social media that actually made me resolve that I would do the best, to the best of my ability was that King of Africa, the Parliament, one it was quite disappointing for me to hear that people don't believe their parliament. If we have to self-regulate or because they are our people. So I was determined, and I remember when I met the minority, I said to them, look, we've got to do the best job because Parliament you need one stop for Kaka. And this is an opportunity for us to at least redeem some of our image, and that is by doing the best and fair job. We are not only doing this for Parliament, but we are doing this for Ghana. Because your colleagues now, wasn't one ever they are members of Parliament or all constituents, across the country. And that is my position. And that is why you take some of the stances taken because you're satisfied with certain things.
Oh, okay. Now, Mpocho, Ede, na ye de kakra say,
yeah,
because MPs are sponsored by political parties for elections.
Yes.
And while an MP on the ticket of a party, you are a member of that political party. In the
That's
case
correct.
of Adwoa Safo, for example, Sanka MP before you want to join there, ne conduct ne anti-party conduct. Because she's still a member of the party. In the party, okay, we are sacking her from the party for anti-party conduct. Would she have automatically lost her seat?
No, she wouldn't. Because though party in the way elected wasn't about Parliament, she probably will have to step down as an MP and run as an independent. But party would that was sacked will automatically release your seat in Parliament.
Okay, so
I don't think that is the interpretation of the law.
Okay, so when the party sacks you, when the party sacks you, what then happens? What will be your locus in Parliament? What then happens?
Well, in America, then quickly what you have to do is to you yourself declare your seat as vacant and run in the same constituency as an independent candidate if you feel strong enough. So that within 21 days or something, you could be back in Parliament as an independent candidate.
Okay, so no matter how you look at it, the seat will be declared vacant.
Well, eventually, because you cannot represent that party in Parliament. You are a member of Parliament. That particular party, you can't represent it. So you will have to come in another shape or form.
But how about those who would argue there? If the party sacks you, it doesn't mean your constituents who voted for you have sacked you from Parliament. So you don't have to leave Parliament.
Well, I'm not a constitutional lawyer.
Yes. Any experience as an MP?
Yes. Mm-hmm. My thinking is that don't forget the party is only a subsection of your constituency. It is the whole constituency or the majority of the constituents who voted for you. Not only your party people who voted for you. So depending on what your own strength is in your constituency. I mean, we have had cases where even let's take the example of our second deputy speaker.
Yes.
He having some challenges with the party in his constituency and even national. He then decided that whatever they done to him, he was going to run as an independent. And if he was strong enough, he went and won. and he's now in parliament as an independent candidate. Or independent member of parliament working with the majority.
Yeah. If he decides today that he no longer wants to be seen as independent, but as an MPP rep in parliament, he has to automatically resign as MP.
Yes.
And go and contest and come back on the ticket of the MPP.
Or cross carpet.
Or cross carpet, absolutely.
Yes, and stand in his constituency as a member, standing for member of parliament on the NDC side.
On the NDC side or the MPP side, yeah, I get
so
you.
You can come to parliament as an independent or come to parliament as an opposition if we are still in opposition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you.
But the one warranting, Obi, is that, all this, we haven't mentioned that this lady, or you're also a member of the executive. He's a minister of state, appointed by His Excellency the President,
Yeah.
So you would expect that if Sayansen can normal reason it should be same at the executive. So the question is, why is she still a minister? Because I see that place as even more pressing, especially with the times that we are in a position like a gender minister. You would expect there, something would have happened. But they have been very silent on it.
Yeah, that question came up.
The parliament decision was based on no one's was
not when they take one decision. That question came up during our discussion, and I think that the view that came up there, say compared to now, because in parliament you cannot have an acting MP for a constituency. It is independent by parliament that only a more present in the executive. You can always have another minister act for you in your state, but that cannot happen in parliament.
That is a fair point. That's a fair point, but it's quite troubling because I would expect then the parliament MP or your executive will come on. A word will come from the executive that look, maybe she hasn't reached you, but here's the accident, no problem in it, and that could be an extension and admission, of what we are looking for in terms of work here.
That's true. Honorable, this conversation will continue. And it will follow the debate tomorrow. Yeah, that's a part of Enyumbri.
Sure, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the Member of Parliament for Cape Coast South constituency and also ranking member on the Privileges Committee in Ghana's Parliament, Honorable Rickett Hagan. Yeah, he's done well. I mean,
where I disagree with him on the last just to say executives should have just write to them to say so no problem. The American say the majority side Joe say we Sudan Anya Shikra, and we can say they are coming from the same fraternity. So on the party. And these are the same report Minua Penny Joe Rickett Ekahubi to say we have tried so many means to get in touch with her, and she refused.
Yes.
As well as the same thing, it's the same communique that is coming from the executive. Say, okay, but the president had powers to say, Obi, act on her behalf. Another minister in cabinet, Obi, ministry bureau, we ni honoma, we be acting until executives need the NDA. It is not an issue for us. As you rightly said.
Yeah.
But I think it's a brilliant submission. They're not quite joking, and not making the same thing. The point is that say ne uji tum say party you were there. Say a timeline. Party say you were don't represent TAP. Also okay, say me are independent. Then the parliament will say and now be independent, go back to your constituency and tell them say represent MPP beam. We are independent. Now change o status. Status original ho.
Step it down. You step it down.
And make say change you because in a certain period of time, say 3 months, constituency ni be catch say okay, there ya pay. So party say pewa. O de bra. You be more independent ya to abama. Yes, sir. So exactly that is the same thing we are talking about.
Yeah.
And yet at the moment, a day or two now, Abiana Kabila was trying to say so your individual right is there across the capital. And also what time? When you cross now parliament, don't declare vacant to say city and go to Swaba. Opa baby a cross so call koko share t-shirt na yento so aba wo wieni a you be with them.
Yeah.
So also person ya middle guy party say unya ebia why bibi o party say ye yiwadi. Because so cross so capita ye be ka so say yankoto about right away am be say individual decision into o say ene dey all independent. Then the law says okay konia sanya independent na bra back. Yeah. So I think the law the party can do something out of it.
But it's an interesting way. Who's a ya drain a map that bit. I think through this
discussion
there was a team who be oh we na aso nti maybe a minute or two something I would chat to one sorry nko.
Means Afro barometer no
oh yeah it's quite detailed. Yemre Arcadia.
I say come there be do hukumo. You are in some na wo no.
Enye presidency on the address yeah.
Edward na person dey back out na.
I mean I know dey am you cry down pare.
Yeah,
say ono 1 year ya oba yanka efu so or the discipline be about system ni na. Because very last year.
But I have issues on it.
That's the last.
And I make us say, yeah,
the agencies I would disagree with them. Say police for there. Now they to customs. Now they to GRA. Now they to way. We can't just say police for no because of one city no.
And I make no. You see, one city no. Obo no. Endorse with
no sir.
One container for customs. Boom. That cumulative. We know how much it is. Cumulative just 1 day. At the same time, I road toll. So
let's continue this discussion next week, God willing. Meda Honorable Kojedu Asarias and our chairman
presidency corrupt.
Oh, there be